is a tutorial for taking pictures of your Gunpla kits for model contest entries. So this year SCGMC is online. We want to get the best pictures that you guys could take. So majority of you guys are going to use your cell phones to take pictures because these phones have really good cameras on them. Some of you guys actually have a legitimate camera that you could come here and take a picture. So without any tripod or anything, I could snap a picture of this and it could still be pretty good. With the cell phone, if I snap a picture, there's I could portrait this, or without any sort of special lighting, trying to take a picture of things. And you'll find that a lot of people will take pictures using their camera phones, and the quality is not overly bad, but sometimes different lighting situations, and you're holding a camera phone without stability, you're gonna lose a lot of details. You're gonna get a fuzzy picture and whatnot. So the purpose of this little video is to show kind of some quick tricks to take better pictures. So what you're seeing here is my typical workbench, where I have a lot of junk, I have a lot of background noise. So my target focus is this, and I want to take a picture of this, and I want you to focus on this. So when my camera tries to take a picture, it's gonna try to figure out what's all in the background and put things into different focuses. So to focus on this, I'm just gonna grab a sheet of construction paper. So what I can have here, let me move this out of the way. Just gonna set this up like so. And I'm gonna find some clamps to clamp this down. So bear with me while I do this. And you can also see how quick this process is to kind of set this up. So ideally, what you have is a curved surface. You have something like this. So when you're looking at this, focused on my kit, there's a seamless background, and the only thing in focus should be this. So I'm going to take my time and repose this how I want it posed. Make sure all my thrusters are pointed the correct direction. Small little details like that. And there, I could go ahead and start taking pictures. And now that, with this, I could, when I take my picture, let's go portrait. And I snap my picture. Now, this is all in focus. Now what I have is, only this in focus, and I have no background noise to kind of interrupt me. But the lighting isn't the greatest, right? So I purposely moved my work lights out of the way just so that, when a lot of us are taking pictures, we don't have focused lighting on this. So you can see where all the shadows are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move some lights into position, like so. Now these are overhead lights. So what happens when you're taking a picture from this angle, everything's bright on top. There's nothing bright coming this way. So what I have is a couple more lights I could set up. Maybe one over here, turn that on, and maybe one over here, and basically kind of shooting up. So we have something like that. Now with this setup, might be a little too bright, so we'll move that back a little bit just to keep that shine off there. Now I could go back with my camera phone and take pictures again. So now that I have my lights set up, I can compare the two pictures. So this is one with the lighting, this is one without the lighting. So you can see a difference of how much details I could get with the better lighting. My color correction is also going to be a little bit better. Now the next step is to, aside from setting up your lights and your background, is to get a tripod. Now if you don't have the funds or don't own a tripod, there are other means I could, show how to do this. So what you do is you set up your tripod, and then you could set your camera on top of the tripod. Right now, this is my kind of a short tripod. So imagine I have my tripod here and my camera here, like so. Now, aside from just a tripod, I could use a bottle of paint, maybe some blue sticky tack, just to keep it from moving around, right? So I'm gonna put some blue sticky tack here, and I'm just gonna set my camera or my phone right on top of this. And I'll move this back a little bit. The problem is I need a little bit more space. So what I can do is I could just focus my camera down like this. I have my tripod, my bottle that's holding the kit right now, and then I can just snap the picture. So what happens here is I can get a really still shot of this kit, really close, get some really good details, and then now my balance point is just my one finger holding the camera steady, or two hands holding it steady, and now I have my tripod here. I can move this around to get a better angle. I could focus my lights to get a better angle, and then I could snap my picture like so, and you have a pretty good picture. It's nice and bright. The camera's still, and what you can also do is there's all sorts of function in your cameras. If you go into the manual mode or professional mode, you can adjust your lighting, you can adjust your shutter speed. Now what happens here is once you start making all these adjustments, the use of a tripod or something to hold your phone becomes a lot more important, because your phone camera is not compensating for a lot of this thing. You're in professional mode, so you're changing your white balance out a little bit, you're changing color temperature, to go bluer or warmer. So since this is a great background, I can see if it's going green when it gets a little too red, so I don't want that yellowing there. So I'm going to drop it down to a more neutral temperature. So you could do this with camera phones, the professional settings. You could change your focus points so that you're focusing in on the foreground versus the background, and then snap your pictures this way, and then you can get some really good pictures. You can see that this is the auto mode. You see that it's kind of tinged almost greenish versus a little bit more neutral, a bluish color to it, to the temperature. So it's very important when you're taking pictures of your subjects that you have all these elements, because when you're judged in a online contest, you want the focus to be your kit and not the background, or not a fuzzy picture that you might have. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my tripod, extend it a little bit. So the idea is going to be the same as if you're using the bottle of Mr. Surfacer I have there. So now my tripod's a little set up here, so you can see that it's a little further back. Now I'm not going to worry too much about connecting my phone to the tripod. I'm just going to use it as a stand. I'm just going to use it to hold my phone while I take pictures, like so. I can move my subject as well, so that it's in frame of my tripod and the camera phone, snap pictures. I could zoom in, and I could take some really close-up shots if I want. And I don't have to worry about this being overly fuzzy when I do this because I have stability of my tripod or my bottle of Mr. Surfacer, and I can take really nice up close pictures of this that will, you know, really show off some of the details of this kit that, you know, if you're standing there in person you might miss because, you know, you're not that close to it. So again, I'm just going to take a couple more pictures. You know, I have my white balance set, I have you know, my lights set up, I have my background, and I have my tripod, and these pictures are ready for, you know, a submission. I don't have to do any Photoshop to clean up anything. It's already, you know, there for me. So hopefully this was informative and a quick look at, you know, how you would take pictures and enter it into contest. I use this guy as an example because this is sometimes when you're looking at online photos, this is just what you want to do to your eyes, because, you know, a couple of simple steps, backdrop, maybe some lights, something to hold your camera, and then snap the pictures, and they'll be amazing. Thanks for watching, guys.